All right, good afternoon. Some breaking news. Then after maybe some matters arising coming up. But first of all, the breaking news. Rivers State on the news again. You know, by tomorrow, the governor will come back. The state of emergency will be suspended. But just as we talk about the state of emergency be suspended, the aides, the security aides, and other aides of the administrator, Ibas, went protesting. What was the protest about? That their emolument and other stuff were not paid and said they will not do again. That's the slogan. Philip, Rivers State.
Thank you very much. I am surprised you are painting it so mild. What happened in Rivers State government House this morning is chaos. Chaos erupted. The security personnel and other aid to the sole administrator, whose tenure will end by 12 midnight today, came out protesting that Mr. Ibas is trying to sneak out of the government house, Rivers State, without paying them their allowances and other entitlement, and that the man Ibas is sneaking away, not just without paying them, but with Rivers State wealth. They were very categorical, and they said that the man is going with all the money here and is not taking care of their people. So one wonder what kind of legacy Ibas is leaving behind. What is he going to be remembered for? Is he this last incident of his personal aid protesting against his, if it was human being? Because this is a man that said, okay, there's crisis, go and midwife the situation so that peace could come. This same person, his aider, said that the man had no human feelings and that he's leaving office without, after using it to work, without paying for their services. So the question one asks oneself, what legacy is this man leaving behind? Is it the legacy of bringing peace into Rivers State, or the legacy of looting Rivers State treasury, including the monument of his aides? So that's the question in everybody's sleep. This is the problem. When we try to subvert the law, when things are not done rightly, when the rule of law is not followed, this is what you get. In the first place, Mr. Ibas' enthronement as the sole administrator of Rivers State is not in line with the law. Because I don't want to use a very strong word. It's not in line with the law. So the man is also acting outside the law. So this is what we are seeing in Rivers State. We hope that, everybody is talking about, by tomorrow the governor will resume office. It's not only the governor. The democracy will be restored in full force, because the Rivers State House of Assembly will also resume section. So everybody that is elected to oversee the affairs of Rivers State before now, who are currently on suspension, will resume duty tomorrow. And with this kind of thing we saw in government house today, even though the call had been made by the ADC state chairman of Rivers State, I think this is, PDP has also made that call. The 6 months of Ibas should be put under the searchlight so that we can take proper record of what they are, for the purpose of accountability, whether these protesters are saying the right thing or they are being paid to bring the name of the man into disrepute, so that we don't take it on the other side. For when the man is is put on the searchlight and the result comes out, we will be able to know that whether the man will be exonerated, because sometimes this aid can be paid to do what they are doing. So let's leave our heart open, but let's do the right thing so that we can get the right results.
Okay, this pandemonium, or what Philip calls chaos at the government house, an eyewitness said, the aides were furious that the sole administrator, who is billed to hand over power to suspended Governor Sim Fubara tomorrow, was attempting to pack out of office without setting their allowance and emolument. A shout filled the air as aid and even some of the security details wailed openly. Wow. Accusing Ibas of trying to sneak away with Rivers State wealth while leaving them empty-handed, the source said. I mean, somebody brought Ibas. And we cannot also deny the fact that that's somebody that brought Ibas. You can say president brought Ibas. But we also know that the hand of Nyesom Wike is still there. But he still holds sway in Rivers. Almost all the House of Assembly members are under him. Almost all the local government chairman, they are all under him. I mean, a lot of boards that have been dissolved. I don't know if they were all reconstituted. They are all his people. Do you think we will see what Philip is talking about, bringing him back to justice, or extraying his 6 months financially and in all areas come to pass?
Honestly, I was taken aback by that news. That shows whom he is. I don't think he's a just man. I don't think he's a man of integrity. You can't owe those that worked for you. No matter who brought you, you still have control of resources within your purview. What stops him from paying the aids? It's people that work for him. That shows he has no respect for workers. That shows how little he valued Rivers people. Because he's not from Rivers. That's probably why he's treating that way. How can people work for you for 6 months? He had 6 months to plan for their payment. Not that he was taking, not that you are not aware of their termination date. You are aware of these dates. So why didn't he make provision to pay these people? These people, they have family they tend for, they cater for. After working for you, you try to sneak out without paying them. Who do you think was going to pay? You think Fubara will pay aides that work for him? On the ground. You suspended every other thing. You got your own people on board, and yet you couldn't pay them. That shows the height of impunity. That shows height of recklessness. And we can't overflow this issue. We can't. Everything that happened in Rivers State was unconstitutional. NBA came out with, they were blunt about it. They said it's illegal government. It's not constitutional. Every right-thinking person have said it. And this thing lasted 6 months. I was one of the people that didn't believe that this would last up to 6 months. I honestly didn't believe that it would take 6 months. He will be in office 6 months. And they perpetuated him being in office for 6 months. So that to do local government election and install wicked men. I hope that FUBA will hit to this call from ADC and PDP. That election, NBA said it is illegal. It does not hold water. It's like building something on nothing. I hope he'll be man enough to probe 6 months of Ibas. We're talking about Rivers money. We'll talk about their federal allocation that comes to Rivers coffers for 6 months. So you need to explain to the state what happened to it. What did you do with the money? What infrastructure did you build? What infrastructure did you improve on? Who did you pay? How many workers did you pay? So you need to explain to Rivers people. And as I said earlier, if I were Fubara, there's only for handover because he didn't take from you. He didn't give him. He did not hand over to him. So he should go and hand over to whoever he wants to hand over. You do the accounting. Call your people, do the account, do the mathematics. Look at the money that came in, how it was expended. And questions should be asked. And River people need to know what happened to their money and his time in office, how he manages the power given to him to govern that state for 6 months. River people need to know how he was able to quell the insecurity that he said he was there, how he claimed that he has restored hope and peace in the state, how he was able to do it. All these things they are begging for answers, which Rivers people demand to get, and I hope they will get it through Fubara action.
Still on this pandemonium in Rivers State Government House this morning, one will wonder if the Ibas was in Port Harcourt, Rivers State Government House, to restore peace or to cause more chaos. Because before the state of emergency, it was not recorded in any way that there was pandemonium or chaos in government house or anywhere in Rivers State. But his advent and his, the 12th hour of exit, we are hearing that there's chaos in government house. How are we sure that this chaos will not continue after he exited the government house tomorrow? So Ibas, like somebody said, that they claim that there's peace. I think it's an APC shiftian. He said the fragile peace will be worsening after his exit. He was trying to analyze the possibility of the the State House of Assembly, making rendering Fubara powerless and voiceless. He was also saying that he was advising Fubara to just play the fool to the end. But that's not the issue. The issue here is, what has Ibas brought that had never been in Rivers State before now is chaos. I may be proven wrong.
Okay, I will still come back to you, but let me come back to Peter. Now, let's look at the president's own angle, Wike's angle, and let's look at the people of Rivers' angle. The president is elected to govern the people, and when the people speak, how come the president doesn't listen? Every facet of our democracy was ignored in suspending Fubara and choosing Ibas to administer Rivers State, whether it's the Nigerian Bar Association, whether it's all the CSOs. I mean, court orders, the matter was even taken to court. Till today, it never arose from the court that, what do you think happened, Peter?
See, we all say it here. When the government is not afraid of people, impunity happens. For sure, the Tinubu actually win Rivers State. So because he didn't win, because the people's mandate is not with him, and nothing happened. So he could do anything he think he can do and get away with it. That is the situation of finance in this country. If these people are afraid of illiterate, one will speak, they will listen. But they know they can get away with it. They know they can cook up results. They can write results and ask you to go to court because they know they control the courts. But everything that happened in Rivers State was a sham. And okay, people made mistakes. Let's assume he made a mistake. And people came out to speak. What should a right-thinking person do? Do a reverse. Do an apology. Or find a way to cushion it. Okay, let it last for 1 month. And then you should go back to numbers. Because somebody wants Fubara out and person couldn't get it through judicial means or legal means, you help the person through the back door to remove him for 6 months. That's what happened. Wike has said that he wanted Fubara out, and they have seen that there is no legal means of doing that because the House has an issue that we were able to resort to impeach him, and that is not coming. So what he did, he simply helped his friend that helped him to win Rivers State to remove Fubara and get what they wanted to gain. What do you want to get? To control the local councils. They're going ahead to conduct the election and install the people there. So until this system is changed, until our votes count, these people will keep taking us for a ride. President has no right. He's really said it. Said Jonathan has no right to remove even a councillor. He wasn't directly talking to his principal. This is a man that is elected by his own people. He's not handpicking. He's not a minister under a cabinet. You don't have a right to sack him. His people saw every other person and decided on him. So who the hell are you to remove him? And we had a lame duck national assembly that has no voice, that couldn't stand up for what is right. These are people who were elected to go and checkmate the president. They went there and endorsed rascality. And there's even worse. Constitution spells it out that you need a 2/3 majority vote to ratify this.
The voice vote was
Guy, how would they count voice votes? How was it counted? So that shows the level we've descended in this country. Rivers was a test case, and he has worked. Every other governor, why do you think people are jumping ship to join APC? They've seen what happened in Rivers State. He has worked. We make noise. At the end of the day, they achieve their aims.
Okay, just hang on there. Do you think that the president will still try it in any other state? In your forecast, do you think he will dare to do something like that in another state? I put you on the spot.
If he will dare.
Yes.
Did you use the word dare?
Yes.
Well, if there's...
Let's say a state like Kano.
Yes, if there's need for it, they will do it because he has said it that when people act outside the law or when people get into office outside the law, they equally act outside the law. So there's no rule of law. You understand? So, yes, the president might not do it at this time because election is fast approaching, but you cannot underrate Mr. President because the power he has alluded to himself as today, it means that, taking Rivers State as an example, he has the National Assembly at his beck and call. So that is the only power that can restrain him. So long as the National Assembly is with him, I think if the need arose and then if the things are the calculations are right, yeah, you made mention of Kanu. Kanu, as of today, he can try, but the question is that it's not as if the president will not try if he wants to.
He has done in Kanu now.
But
please, just 1 minute. Let me jump in. He has done, as we speak today, Kanu have 2 Emirates council.
That one is based on.
Wait now, but this is under the purview of the governor.
Who has the authority to choose who is the emir or not?
The emir has police, army, and every other security he needs
guiding
his palace against the person who got anointed.
The truth remains that yes, it's partially done in Kano, but let him try to suspend the governor of Kano. If the governor of Kano State knows it's right, like Mr. President did in 2003 when as a governor of, in his days as a governor of Lagos State, he will resist. Just like Wike did in Rivers too, he will resist. And whatever happened thereafter, we hope that it doesn't take us to Nape and other and the Arab Spring.
All right, we pray will not come to the issue of
whether the president will do it or not. It is not within our
capacity
to see because we don't know what the president can do or what he cannot do.
Okay, so I talked about Mr. President. So now let me talk about Mr. Nyesom Wike. Nyesom Wike is still, we didn't see the 6 months is a long time for you to know. We didn't see the administrator commission new projects. We didn't see him go around the local government areas. There are key basic things that he did. Making sure he dissolves all the board, making sure he appoints caretaker committee, making sure that he put the state electoral body in place, making sure he conducts election. This Mr. Nyesom Wike now is still very powerful as it is right now in Rivers State. Do you think it's going to be Uhuru for Fubara?
The truth remains that when you say a state of emergency and an administrator is appointed, I think his powers are limited. And what it means to me is that he's being given a scope of job to do to restore peace to that area or that state where the needs arose for him to come on board. But I don't think one of those schedule or power or the job, the scope of work should include, that of conducting local government election and dissolving of board. It may include dissolving of board because that is part of it. But to say that he reconstitutes electoral body and conduct election, I don't think sincerely that should be part of his duty. Now, talking about whether Nyesom Wike is important, you can't take that fact away from the equation of Rivers, because Wike participated in the election, and just after he cast his vote or thereabout, he said peace has returned to Rivers. At the coast is now clear for Fubara to come into office. And you also remember that the man who declared the state of emergency is the same man who appointed Wike as the minister of FCT, even though Wike is not a member of his political party. So, what it means that Wike is dying and whining with the man who declared the state of emergency. So he has the ears of the man that that declared the state of emergency. So that shows that he has a say in Rivers State. What was the bone of contention? Wike power were whittled down in Rivers State. That was it. Where was it whittled down? Especially in the area of the local government, where local government the chairmen that were in place, the House of Assembly, one of the main issues, extended their tenure or constitutionally, and they claimed that the Rivers State law allowed the House of Assembly to do so. I think this was one of the main issues, and that he has been able to get him from what I think is that one of the assignment of the sole administrator, but I don't think it's within the confine of the law. So that is my worry. I've said it here over and over this afternoon that when people get into office outside the law, there's no way they will act within the law.
Because they were not brought in by the law.
So the law is not what is guiding them. What is guiding them is different from the law. So that's where they will act. So it's left for Nigerians and for Rivers people as Fubara comes in, whether all these things done outside the law will be accepted by them or they will be challenged in court of law or any other means so that the wrong can be right.
If you go back to the court of law, Philip, to challenge this thing, you are touching the honest nest. I mean, the trouble could just arise again.
Well, you see, there is no peace without trouble. It is afterward that there's peace.
But we had trouble already.
Yes. So the thing is this: Fubara was elected for 4 years term. What happened to his 6 months that is taken away from him? Is it not for him to go to court to say that, look, give me back my 6 months? And even if he doesn't want to challenge whatever thing, but he has the right to ask for his 6 months.
Do you see this Fubara that we know now doing that?
Well, that depends on him. You know, you don't
taking his antecedent.
You don't underrate a man that is quiet. You don't know what is inside of him. You will agree with me for some time. And Fubara has been very quiet and not said anything apart from the fact that he praised the president for declaring state of emergency. He said for the intervention of Mr. President, Rivers State was safe from chaos. But today we are seeing chaos right in government house, which can snowball into.
If it can happen in government house, it can happen anywhere.
So the chaos we're trying to save by the appointment of Ibas has started right in government house. So we don't know where it will end. So, like I said, it is left for the Rivers people and the elected governor who is coming back to his office to say that, look, some things were not done rightly. Please, court, we need this order for this to be done rightly, especially my 6 months that is being taken away from me. The Rivers people give me 4 years. What happened to I didn't bargain to let go of my system. It's not part of the covenant I have with Rivers people. So I want it back. So.
Oh, okay, we'll be monitoring that chaos that we've saw, that pandemonium, how it's going to play out. Definitely Fubara is coming back tomorrow. But ADC chairman in Rivers State, he rubbishes the fact that there is peace, according to what Wiki said, that peace has returned to Rivers State. He rubbishes that this thing is sitting, on something that is not balanced. Said the truth is not too good, that we may see a fallout of it very soon.
Yeah, definitely. I expect that, because that he's been quiet of late doesn't mean that he's coward, though most of us think he is. And again, look at it. A man that is down needs no fear of fall. So already they've rubbished him. They've gone to time to brag that they've broken him. They've taken all his powers from him. It's just going to be a sitting duck for the next few days they have him in office. You can't take that away. He's returning as executive governor of Rivers State. When the chief that down, when he does his own calculation, he might decide to fight back.
Don't you think they can still dangle the acts of impeachment on him?
6 months has passed. Did he die? No, that's the question you need to ask yourself. What legacy am I leaving behind? Will I be remembered as a governor that lacks spine, that we were able to govern my state, that was taking an instruction for someone in Abuja on what to do in my state? Should that be what I'll be remembered for? Or should I be remembered for a man that stood up and fought the establishment? So it's decision he needs to make for himself. Because as it stands now, most feel as that Fubara's powers has been taken away from him. He has considered the soul of the state to Abuja. That is feelers.
Tony Cole went in that same direction and said that Fubara will have zero power when he comes back. So the ATC chairman, Tony Cole, they're in tandem. Do you think is a good voice that is coming out?
The thing is this. Like I said, it is left for Fubara and the Rivers people to say they will accept their fate the way it is, or to say they will stand up for their right. A lot is happening in Rivers State around Mr. Fubara, the APC has said that he should come over to their party. He's been welcome, and they will even oblige him the leadership of the party.
That's ADC.
That's the APC.
APC.
Oh, sorry, APC,
Yes.
APC, yes, APC.
The
sorry.
PDP had written to him and warned him, and also opened his understanding to the fact that the danger of going into the APC. So, the like I said, the right is strictly on Fubara, because if Fubara must be a man, he should remain in his party, irrespective of the fact that he will be in peace or will not be in peace. You see, we forget. You see, the problem we have is that that history has been removed from our curriculum. It's a big tragedy. In Anambra State, sometime in the 2000, Ngige was elected as a governor.
Yes.
Those who brought him fought him to turn, and they end up, not that they end up. We also have the challenge of Obi, but Ngige that had no back, he fought them. Ngige was only city governor that was kidnapped from government house, but he never gave up. This is not the first time a governor is being sponsored, and after he has got into office, the sponsor or the godfather tried to rubbish him.
No, this is not definitely the first
So
time.
Ngige is a good example, and Ngige left that government house and become a very prominent person in this country, and is being respected today. Even in Anambra State and the entire nation, he became a minister under Buhari and all of that. So I don't see why the person of Fubara should succumb to the weak and cramming of the power that be. Mr. Peter Obi is another person whom the establishment, through the House of Assembly, in peace, he went to court and fought for his right and got back his right. And he did what another people elected him to do. So it's on
Oshomole is another one too.
Yeah, Oshomole was, we wouldn't say, because when you look at the Oshomole story, you know as much as I do that there were, compromise and here and there, and then there were betrayal. Oshomole,
To deal with
Oshomole would not be a good example at this point. But Ngige is a very good point at this point. Oshomole was not truly sponsored, but Ngige was sponsored and picked as sponsor, and was kidnapped from government house because they had all the powers. He fought, he stood up against them. Is Ngige not alive today? Is not relevant in Nigerian politics today. So Fubara should take clue from that. Peter Obi fought all and become governor, and today is one of the most respected person because he stood for his right as an elected governor who was the establishment was trying to rubbish. So the issue is Fubara going to succumb, or is he going to stand for his right? Or is going to be a zero power governor as is being Tony Koyi is saying, and all the rest of them. So it's up to him to be, like he said, what legacy is he trying to leave? Is it the legacy that he was the only governor who was the governor and he been director of what to do, or is the governor that they were challenging in Rivers State and he stood up to them? So it's left for him.
The PDP lent their own voices. The Deputy National Youth Leader, Osadolo, said that he should not try to lead PDP. But my question, among so many things he said, my question, when he started fighting, where was PDP?
Yeah, PDP was in shambles then. PDP was in a mess of their own. PDP was under Wike's control because there were little they could have done, because the secretary of the party was Wike's man. And most letters you do, you require a secretary to sign. So at that point, PDP couldn't have helped. I'm certain that from 2 years ago, some of the governors reached out to him to offer their support. Remember, Wike even warned them that if you dabble into this reverse politics, I will set fire on your own state.
And they all looked away.
They stayed away. To show the power his ways in PDP. Don't govern us. If you dabble into reverse case, I will set our state our place. So at that point, PDP was like a toothless bulldog.
And do they have teeth now?
Now, PDP is revamped.
Hold on. Philip,
Is revamped.
do they have teeth now?
We are having a rebranded PDP, a very rebranded
The
PDP.
same rebranding PDP that you are talking about,
Yes.
that zoned the national the presidency to the south have come up with another mount just yesterday and saying that even though they have zoned it to the south, you still have the right to contest from any other part of the country because of Olawepo's insistence that it must not be closed against any particular person. Do you think the same PDP that you are saying have it, that they have it?
You see, like few days ago, an issue came up here that somebody has been adopted ahead of the Ibadan
As chairman.
And from findings, and we also discussed it, we also mentioned that these are
rumors.
This is political time and they are playing politics and they are testing the water. This thing you saw today is from the media. Is it from the publicity secretary of the PDP that you had it?
No.
So it's also testing the water. Don't forget, Wike had never, the PDP had not been able to deal with the issue of Wike until the Ibadan Convention comes and go. So you will continue to see all this packet of this happening. But I can tell you, as of today, PDP is rebranded and PDP is ready to take on the ruling party. You also agree with me that PDP is the only political party today that has structure across the nation that can stand the ruling party. What if they are in cohesion, if they are in unity, and that's the unity they are trying to foster. That is why the founding father came together, the likes of Body George and all that, to say, look, we must not allow our party to die. If a child that brought up by this party is trying to destroy this party, we destroy that child and move on. So the PDP is rebranded. That's what he said. As at that time, Fubara was having this issue. The PDP was helpless, and don't forget the PDP that pumped up, Fubara. It was controlled by the Godfather. So this is a new PDP. When the issue of the governor didn't just shy away. The governors went to court, and the court has, disappointed them because, like you said, up to now the matter has not come up for mention, not to talk of hearing.
No, because there was some disarray in the governor's forum.
You see,
because
whether you like it,
why the case went to court by the 11 governors,
yes.
Some of them were defective, and there were strange rumors that more of them were going to defect.
So that's what I'm telling you now, because there's a governor forum,
yes, and
the chairman of that governor forum still remain who he is.
Yes.
So whether some defected or not, the union that association is still in place. His leadership is still in place. So if the court were to be court of law the way they used to be, and they measure the court, the highest that could happen is those people who are no longer member of the party, they will be striked and the matter will still go on. But the court never did that.
Okay, there are some two guys, Henry Shield and this my friend from Kogi, Dino Melai, said PDP is dead and buried and never to rise again. In spite of you guys talking about PDP being a bulldog that have strong teeth right now, these men that have been in PDP almost all their lives are saying that PDP will never rise again. It's something I heard. Henry Shield is my friend. What's his name?
Senator Dino
Melai is my very good friend. I mean, these are people that I know personally. They are saying that PDP is PDP is dead and buried.
It's not laughing.
Yes.
The expression on your face.
Yes, because
how serious you are taking these
because
people.
the way they said it like a prophet that knows.
How serious you are taking these people.
No.
These are men of no honor. Where is Dino today?
Is it ADC?
What do you expect to say? To say PDP is alive so that those that want to try to work for PDP to come to ADC should stay? No, these are men that you shouldn't take their words to market. Their words are useless. He doesn't hold water. See, what he's trying to do is what a party man should do. They market PDP so that others will jump ship. He is playing politics. That is what he is, a politician. So the truth be told, I have sat here to condemn PDP. I have never heard it back. So even when I said Obi should join, I was one of the few that said Obi should be foolish to join PDP as it were. But now they are working towards purging themselves from control of a man. And such fight is not easy. You will still have more. You will still have dissenting voice. You will still have people coming throwing jabs. If they are certain that PDP is not going anywhere, they will be quiet. They are afraid of the convention. I'm not a PDP member. They are afraid of the convention. The biggest mistake their camp did is to allow Anyanwu to sign that letter to INEC, that notify INEC of the convention. That has caged them. So what they are fighting is like a man that is drowning, trying to grab whatever he can grab to stay afloat. They are losing gradually. They are consistently losing grab on PDP. The stronghold of PDP is weakening on every day.
And ADC doesn't seem to be standing as strong as they want it to stand.
No, with all sincerity, on a very good day, put ADC as side with PDP. If everything be equal, who should consider ADC? This is a party that have structure. Every state, every local government, every council, they have a structure. ADC has to build these things. How many months do you have to election? I'll be a year and 4 months to election. So there is no way you can compare these two parties. So PDP, as it stands today, we support Fubara. That's what they're saying. They also support Fubara. And until our court be a court of justice, this struggle will continue. What are we asking? What are they asked court to ask for of the court? Simple questions to avoid this happening tomorrow. Does the president have the power to remove a sitting governor? That is a simple question we want the court to decide for posterity's sake. If this case is decided today, tomorrow if it happens, if court said they have the right, nobody will argue it. If God said it doesn't have the right, so nobody outside Trump, no other president will try it.
All right. Now that you guys are speaking gloriously of PDP, well, you see, the society is a political laboratory. We'll be seeing how things chunk out. But one question about PDP before I stray away from here: will PDP stand with Fubara?
If Fubara made itself available for PDP to stand by, I think sincerely PDP will stand by him. But I don't see Fubara, making himself available.
Because they have failed him before.
PDP had never failed Fubara because there was. You see, you have to be open-minded. When Fubara became the candidate of the PDP, was he the true candidate or the true decision of the PDP to choose Fubara as their flag bearer? Fubara was comfortable with how he became the candidate, and he had issue with the person who made him a candidate of PDP. So now we are having a new PDP. If he will agree to stand with this PDP, I think the PDP will stand with him. But if he chooses to take the advice of Toyin Ko, who said if he's Fubara, he will just concede to all the peace agreement, although he's not, he doesn't know what the terms of the agreement is, but he should just take what he can take and secede all the other to Wiki so that he can have a smooth ride for the rest of his government. We don't know what Fubara is capable of doing because he's a man that is quiet. You can't, extract what is inside of him. So, yes, if Fubara say, look, I'm a party man, I'm a PDP man, and it's very clear to PDP, I think PDP will stand by him. But I don't see Fubara doing otherwise. Fubara if you see the body language and all that is happening and all the information from Rivers is
that he's already for a fight.
So it's already a member of APC.
If he doesn't fight, Rivers should fight him. Why do I say that? If Fubara starts to be a lame dog for the rest of his tenure, Rivers should fight him. Because a lame dog, what will a lame dog do? Food. Look for food to eat. Fubara will plunder the state resources. But since he's not coming back. Okay, so that's why they shouldn't allow him be. Okay. It's either he fights or they fight him.
All right. So let's go away from PDP a little. We don't have much time. This one is just for the record. Sowore, an irresponsible citizen, federal government should probe his tax record. That's coming from a February. He's a commissioner designate in Edo State. That's number one. He was a CPS to, I think, Oshomole at a particular time, and he has also been a media aide to the former president Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida. Now he's saying that he's irresponsible, that Africa has a culture that Sowore has not followed the culture of Africa. What came to my mind was when the protesters came against Goodluck Jonathan some years back.
The Africa didn't have a culture.
Africa didn't have a culture at the time. The insults, the cursings, the prayers at that particular, and he was the sitting president, and nobody spoke about that, and he didn't charge anybody to court. That's why I said that Jonathan doesn't have a heart of a beast when I said so yesterday. Philip.
Well, when the issue of Shawari being irresponsible or not being responsible is opinion of Afegba. He's entitled to his opinion, but it's left for the court, to say that because the matter is sub judice, before the court, the DSS had dragged Shawari and S and Meta to court over the issue. So it's left for the court to say whether Shawari is irresponsible or responsible. Like you rightly pointed out, the man is working for his deliberate. I think it's a city commissioner or something.
Is a designate.
Okay, so it's yet to be clear. So he's working hard for him to be confirmed so that he become a commissioner in Edo State. So you see, that's why when you hear this kind of story, the first thing you look at is where is the story coming from? Who is the person that is behind the statement? So when you look at the person, sometimes you don't give them credence. For me, I will even look at it twice, this kind of statement, because it's irrelevant. If the statement itself is irrelevant to the society today, so it doesn't make any sense.
The truth of this culture is when in favor of them. Is it in our culture that a father should starve his children of food?
No.
Is it in our culture that the father shouldn't provide security for his children?
Yes.
It should not provide security for children. It's in our culture.
Okay.
See, they throw up this culture when they want to.
That is why I said you must look at the person
is in
and
our
say whether
culture
it is
when
relevant
your
or
children
not.
are protesting, they're angry that you did something, you go and shoot them. So what about the answers?
Okay, all right. So you guys have spoken about that he's fighting for, he's working for his paymaster. The PDP APC chairman said that APC will take over Rivers State, but PDP came out and said they are a joker. Do you think it's only one person that votes in this community? The guy is trying to boast and talk tough and say that I'm a political lord in a Plateau State. That's the APC chairman.
Like when he was speaking about PDP, he said, "What did you expect the likes of Synod? If Senator Dino Milai is of the ADC, do you think he should speak well of the PDP?" You don't expect that because he left the PDP for the APC, so he should say things that will make people to quit the PDP and come over to the ADC. So when you have a national chairman of a political party from a state, you don't expect that man to say that he will not be able to deliver his state. What is he a national chairman of the party for?
If he cannot deliver his state.
If he cannot deliver his state. So sometimes some of these statements, for me, they shouldn't be giving credence because we know why the statements are being made. So it's left for him because the last election, we saw how the Plateau State voted, even though it was that at that election, the APC were in power. They were the city governor, but PDP defeated them. PDP and Labour were in the forefront. If
Labour won the presidential election.
So the APC were in far third. So and now the PDP they are in the government in power in Plateau State, and you are saying that you are going to. And he was the governorship candidate then. He lost to the incumbent governor. So he had to make a statement. It's a political statement as far as I'm concerned. It's not something one should take serious.
Okay, lastly, let's talk about Peter Obi. Obi said he visited the factional group of the Afenifere, and they had laudable discussions about Nigeria. And people are saying that he didn't disclose what they discussed. What politics is he playing?
You see, Obi never said he visited a factional, group of the Afenifere. Obi said he visited the Afenifere and the leadership of the Afenifere and had a useful discussion with him about national issues. And he said the man, or Latin, I can't Lighton, is to double as the Nigerian nationality leader of nationality of ethnic group, which comprises of the Pandef, which is a political group from the south, and the Middle Belt group, that this man double as their chairman. He had the meeting with him and they had a useful discussion that border about issues that affect this country today. and that he commended them for being courageous and fearless, even considering where they come from, and they still stand for the truth. So the paper want to report it and say, oh, it's a factional group just to please the power that be. Obi never said he visited the factional group. Obi visited the Afenifere that is known in the Western region, and he had useful discussion about it. And he came out to say that, look, he assured them of inclusivity, the all-inclusive government when
he gets the power.
When nation smile on him and he's elected into office. So Obi never said he visited the factional group. That's paper reporting.
Okay, but we don't. The fact that there are factions in Afenifere, that we know very well.
Whether faction or fashion, all he's doing is what he should do. Reach out to people. See, politics is all about engagement. So he has engaged them, he has heard them, he has told them what he intends doing, he has heard from them what they expect of him. And one good thing about this, well, let me consider that their fashion and friend. One good thing about this fashion is that they've been consistent in what they say. They've been consistent in criticizing this government rightly. They're not saying to damage to remove government. They are pointing out his flaws so that he will get better. So as we said here, if Tinubu government does better, it affects all of us. We'll be glad. Nigerians are not happy where they are today. Not because they hate Tinubu. If Tinubu government has behaved well, nobody will be talking about coalition. Nobody will be talking about Obi. Nobody will be talking about PDP, APC problem. We'll have a life to live. We'll kill us about these politicians. Just because this government has not delivered on their promises. And I find it has said it consistently that the major problem with this government is that they take criticism to heart. They don't take it as an expo given to them. They're afraid that everybody is after them. They are afraid of their shadows. What have they said that is not there? There's state capture. That Senate now is for the 6th branch of government. That our institutions are not working. The INEC cannot be trusted. There's a tangible hunger in the streets. There's insecurity is everywhere in the country. They are saying what is there. Tinubu should understand this. When Nigeria sing this song, it's not because we hate him. We are pointing out things that are going wrong under his watch, so that he will address them. But what do? Jump to the media and try to castigate anybody or destroy anybody that says anything. So,
all right. Thank you guys for helping us look into all the matters arising. But don't forget the breaking news. Chaos. I call it pandemonium. Philip said, I'm too mild with words. He said, there's chaos in government house. And truly, there was chaos. So they will not do again. And all is a reason that money have been looted out.
I hope they are paid. They don't say chaos and these people. But if he leaves today without paying these people, Pupara would not pay. So he should understand.
No, you can't walk in the meetings and go and collect money.
So he should. From that time he has stolen, but no, he collect the money. He should pay them. They are his aides. He cannot leave the office without paying these people. Okay,
all right. As the news unfolds, we will keep you updated. We've looked on the insight on the breaking news and the matters arising. I hope you are informed of all the happenings in Nigeria. It's still landslide news. Thank you for staying with us.